This is Marcel Brown bringing you some technology history for September 27th through the 30th. September 27th, 1983. Promising a free Unix, Richard Stallman announces that he is going to write a complete Unix-compatible software system he calls GNU, which stands for GNU's Not Unix. This is a significant milestone in the history of open source and free software. Stallman would later found the Free Software Foundation. September 27th, 1998. For some peculiar reason, Google has at times chosen the date of September 27th as their birthday, even though it is more officially September 4th or 7th. Google has no explanation for celebrating their birthday on different days over the years other than to say, Google opened its doors in September 1998. The exact date when we celebrate our birthday has moved around over the years, depending on when people feel like having cake. September 27th is also my first daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Isabella. September 28th, 1997. Just a little over 2 weeks after naming Steve Jobs interim CEO, Apple launches their Think Different ad campaign. Designed to reintroduce the Apple brand, the campaign was nearly universally praised by the press, general public, and advertising industry, winning several awards along the way. Looking back in context, Think Different was the symbolic start of Apple's resurgence from near collapse in the 1990s into the world's most valuable company. The campaign was anchored on the now famous prose commonly called Crazy Ones, which was narrated by Richard Dreyfuss in the commercial most people are familiar with. It is commonly thought that Steve Jobs wrote Crazy Ones, but in fact, it was written by Rob Siltanen and Ken Segall, who worked at Apple's advertising agency. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. September 29th, 1983. Microsoft releases their first software application, Microsoft Word 1.0. For use with MS-DOS compatible systems, Word was the first word processing software to make extensive use of a computer mouse. Not coincidentally, Microsoft had released a computer mouse for IBM-compatible PCs earlier in the year. A demo version was also included for free with a copy of PC World magazine, marking the first time a floppy disk was included with a magazine. September 30th, 1980. Digital, Intel, and Xerox release version 1.0 of the Ethernet specification, known as the Blue Book. Since that time, Ethernet has evolved into the de facto networking standard for local area networks in business and in the home. That's your technology history for this week. For more, tune in next week and visit my website, thisdayintechhistory.com.